Getting to the money, I be getting to the back. People think I'm funny cause I always make them laugh. I ain't even being funny, I be really spitting facts. I'm about balance and I got talents. Every challenge I overcome. Low-key is savage, never be average. Give me a task and I'll get it done. Minding my business whenever I come in. I'm handling business while I'm having fun. I ain't worried about winning, but that would be dumb cause there's no competition. I already won, huh? Yeah.
Peace, 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 family. How you all doing? I hope all is well with you. Today, I will be continuing my Lilith through the sign series with Lilith and Gemini. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of Astrologiks, and I am your astrology coach. Okay, so I'm gonna jump right in here. Let me just see something. I'm sorry, you guys. I need to see something. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. And so, what is Lilith? So, in mythology, Lilith is the first wife of Adam. She was made equally to Adam. So, they both had skills, they both were independent, they both were made from the same mud. And over time, Adam became he wanted to dominate her, he wanted to have power over her. And because they were both made equally, she didn't like it. She was like, why do I always have to be on laying on my back? Why can't I be on top, when it came to sex or just really anything? It wasn't just necessarily sex, but um, yeah. Um, Now, there's a lot of different stories out there. Some people say that she left the Garden of Eden, and other people say that she got kicked out. And so, once that happened, she kind of became revengeful and angry and upset because of that. And it's said that she slept with demons and had a bunch of babies with demons and killed a lot of babies, and just was on this path of destruction, revenge, and hate for being treated the way that she was treated. And so a lot of Lilith can be about our repressed energy, the things that we're ashamed and embarrassed of, and obviously our lower expressions of ourselves, which can be pretty devious and devilish. Okay. And Gemini is a mutable air sign, is ruled by Mercury, and it lives in the third house. This rules communication, ideas, thoughts, the mind, siblings, short distance travel, really anything to do with work or the work field, or running errands, deliveries, devices, social media, appliances, vehicles in general, whether you're traveling or not. It rules education, specifically childhood education, your childhood environment and what you learn from your environment, observation, your hands, your legs, walking, running, and any kind of skill, like vocational skill. Okay. And so these people might have been isolated at a young age or told that you were always wrong, to keep your mouth shut, don't speak, which kind of made you repress your thoughts and feelings. You might have been the black sheep of the family, shamed, attacked, belittled, or never received recognition from siblings or family that might have affected your communication or your ability to talk in some way. Gemini does also rule listening and observation. And so these things could have made you better listeners and observations, or what some people would also say on the lower expression, nosy, ear hustlers, always in other people's business, gossipers. Um, and that whole idea of how one story gets spread from one person to the next, and it's different every single time because people hear differently. Like, it's that kind of energy, but it could have stemmed from some kind of trauma that you've received as a child that affected your ability to communicate properly. And so you're the scapegoat because you don't follow social norms. You're good at noticing people's hidden agendas or being able to read between the lines, like hear what people aren't saying. Again, because you're nosy or you're just a good listener. I think it's both, to be honest with you. Um, they are good at playing mind games because Gemini is also known as the trickster or known to be very mischievous, or what some people would consider to be two-faced because they see two sides of a situation. Um, these people are very flirty, um, and extremely experimental sexually, meaning they might have had a lot of sexual partners. They might have been molested as a child, especially by a sibling, which might seem more like house or playing house, or touched in that kind of way where it was fun and innocent, right? Through play, through playing, or what seemed as a game, some kind of game. Um, I don't know why this reminds me of like all the games that we played as kids, like 7 Minutes to Heaven, and I mean there are a whole bunch, but they were all so sexualized, right? But I think what the Gemini energy shows us is how playful those things are, and they can be at a very young age taken in a way where you grow up to have a playful mindset about your sexual encounters, even if it was probably quite serious and dangerous, but it might have not have seemed or that way because the way in which it took place, right? Through a game, right? Um, and so these people like threesomes. They might not want to be in permanent relationships. They could be swingers or sapiosexuals where they might not need the physical act of sex, but they get off through conversation or seeing what makes people tick, or how people respond to crazy things that they might have to say, or just phone sex, you know? Or they're just genuinely okay with like uh basic surface level conversations. It arouses them in some kind of way. They could think about sex all the time. It could be on their mind all the time. Um, these people tend to have a lot of sexual experiences, and so they may prefer an experienced partner or somebody who's older and knows what they're doing. These people are gossipers, liars, gain a lot of information to be the smartest person in the room. But they're curious, always trying something new. And again, it could be just to have a story to tell, you know. Um, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, this could also be seen as the workplace and how you get along with people in the workplace, or the types of things that can come up for you in the workplace. And so at work, people suck you dry, you know, they add to your workload. And if you don't do it, and you'll do it, you'll get it done because you're good. This is the juggler. You can get a lot of stuff done, but you'll shut down after a certain point if you let it overwhelm you, and you'll get blamed for not getting all of the work done, you know? And so your knowledge allows you to be able to work in any field. You have a deep fear of saying the wrong things, especially in group settings. Or you can say it and accept the consequences, but um, you know, you feel like you told your truth. I think you babble when you're under pressure, or you have to have an answer without thinking it through. Or you could be somebody with a speech impediment, and you have a huge fear of being stupid or not seen as intelligent or as smart as at least you think you are. And so your power here in these situations is that you do study a lot. You are curious enough to go out to get information. And when you have different kinds of experiences mixed with different information, you can come up with more storylines. These people are great writers, poets, rappers, artists, singers, or they write songs for people. These are very, very, very creative, talented people because they have so much experience and they go through a lot because of their curiosity. Um, um, yeah, so these people study. They study a lot, they read a lot, and they consume a lot of information. They do play devil's advocate, but are often misunderstood. You have a fear of being misunderstood and judged, so you go out of your way to listen more than speak. And this can be seen as flirty. Unfortunately, people might take this the wrong way when you're just being kind, and they might try to take advantage of that. You can read people very well. Um, and you might have a really strong desire or need to be seen, heard, and understood. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my interpretation of Lilith and Gemini, or the third house. As usual, I love and appreciate you. I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.